Good morning. This is Courtney Scott reporting for KnowledgeWell Media. It is October the 10th, 2016. The debates from last night, very entertaining. If you did not watch them, you missed a whole lot of entertainment. I do get that some people are just not into politics, and especially with the times that we're dealing with, it seems like there's not a grain of truth in anything. It is kind of sickening to have to deal with on a regular basis when the American people simply just want a better America and want to get back to the old social norms and mores that we have come to know and love about America. Detailing the debates, I feel, well, just like I did last time, that Trump did exactly what he needed to do. We must remember, and I remind you constantly, that Trump is not a politician, so we shouldn't expect that he is going to come off polished and without issues, period. But what Trump offers, and I believe this is why he got to the level that he is at, is the fact that he's not afraid to say exactly how he feels, and calls it like he sees it. And I think that's why the American people, for the majority, are associating themselves and are able to understand, and they gravitate to him. So I don't think we should hate him for that. But clearly, the things that Hillary Clinton is involved in, all of the corruption indictments and things that are being pointed towards her, there's clearly a difference between Trump and Hillary Clinton's campaign. I do understand where the accusers are coming from when they're talking about the things that Trump has said in the past. However, when it comes down to our national security and the level that we hold our politicians to while they're in office especially, it doesn't compete with something that is said in the locker room by Mr. Trump. Hillary Clinton is being investigated by the FBI as far as the real truth behind her server and the emails. You know, that's a far greater cry and a level of importance than boys being boys talking in the locker room. Now, I'm not condoning that type of speech, but I'm sure that the most of American men, no matter where you're at today, can relate and say, yeah, you know, I've said some pretty unfavorable things that I'm ashamed of today. However, you know, you really didn't plan on that following you and becoming such a big deal on such a national stage. Now, we are accountable for our actions, and I believe that Mr. Trump did address that, and he did apologize for what he had done. Nonetheless, I still think that pales in comparison as far as the national security and classified information, and who should have that classified information. So I don't think Hillary Clinton really has a good argument there. Trump also brought up Mr. Clinton himself and his, how shall I put it? His, yeah, it's a rough thing to say and a rough thing to deal with, and especially when you're trying to communicate on a large stage. But we know that he was actually sued and he was impeached for his philandering in office and things like that. So I don't think he's standing out there debating it or even saying it's not true anymore. I mean, I think it's pretty much worldwide knowledge now. So Hillary, of course, tried to stand by her man, but I'm sorry, you know, he did what he did. He's guilty of what he did, and unfortunately, you stood by him, and when you stand by him, then it makes you out to be an enabler. So you're guilty by association. We all know that neither one of these candidates are perfect. I don't think anybody expects them to be. However, we do know one thing, that one of these candidates has done this and been there for decades now. I know that if you really want change, you have to stop doing the things you once did. Someone said that insanity is to continue to repeat the same thing, expecting different results. And I hope that Americans are not insane today or suffering from insanity. I hope that you can see past the politics and the games and the false promises. And I hope that you can make an informed conclusion and decision for America's sake, for our future's sake, and for our children's sake. This is no longer a trivial matter. This is urgency. This is our national sovereignty. I'm not with the bullying and all that kind of thing. What I mean when I say sovereignty is the one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, and influencing the world in a positive manner. I'm not talking these type of politics that have been going on between the Bushes, the Clintons, and so on, that go over and bully other countries and take their oil and their gold. That's not the type of sovereignty I believe that we are as Americans wanting to practice. It's no wonder that they're trying to remove the Pledge of Allegiance and things from our history, because they want us to forget this very thing. But don't let it happen. You know, we need to stand up as not only Americans, but as patriots and take back our country, because they're trying to take it from us. And if we don't do something now, there won't be anything left for our children. And so I just wanted to touch a little bit on that topic from the debates last night. But I want to thank you for tuning in to KnowledgeWell, and I hope that you will subscribe, share, and like. Stay tuned as I bring you more and more issues and try to bring you information to keep you informed so that you can make your own conclusions. Thank you. This is Courtney Scott, KnowledgeWell Media, signing off.